Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome once again to this latest episode of the Weekend Wrap-Up. I'm your host, Duke Norick. Busy week this week. Mustache game's on point. Busy week. So I gave away some dice. Well, raffled off some dice. That's more accurate. So if you, for Halloween, I ran a raffle. If you bought a ticket, or, to sweeten the deal, or if you bought a ticket, or if you support me on Patreon, or Coffee, basically where you're watching this video right now, you were automatically entered into the drawing. I had 3 sets of dice to give away. I had a caramel apple set, basically inspired by candy. Had a caramel apple set, which was kind of green with bronze ink. Then I had a lemon drop set, which is yellow matte finish, so not gloss like most dice are. I really like the matte finish, but it's a pain. Oh man, it's a pain for inking. But it's yellow matte finish with bright blue ink. And then I had a set of hard strawberry candy, which was just kind of translucent red with white numbers. So I gave those away, or raffled those off. One of them are on their way to their forever home right now. The lemon drop I actually had to remake, and I think I said this in the last video. Because when I did this, when I made up this raffle, posted the raffle, and then like the next day, I intended to take down, probably should not before I post the raffle, whatever. I intended to take down the individual listings for the dice on my store. Well, it turns out the lemon drop dice got purchased before I could do that. Oh well, whatever. So I remade them. Or actually, in the process of remaking them now because they're being uncooperative. But I'll work that out. I plan to finish those up today. Basically, long story short, is because of the matte finish. The matte finish is basically, it's nothing special. I just sanded the dice down, sanded the resin down, but not to a polished finish. So it was polished when I pulled them out of the mold, and then I just rough sanded them to knock that shine off. But what that does is that creates tiny grooves in the surface, right? That's what sanding does, which is great for getting paint in. So I gotta clean those up today because they look a mess, and I'm probably gonna have to re-ink them and then clean them again. So I'll probably get those cleaned up today and probably re-inked. I don't want to wait until they're fully dry to clean them, so I'll probably clean them again today as well, just after 20 minutes or so. But anyway, working on that. What else am I working on? I think I showed these last time, but these are pretty cool. So these are going to be my kind of distressed. Yeah, look at the cracks in that one, and some cat hair. Cool. Oh my god, the cat hair's still there. It's under my fingernail. Okay, so look at the cracks in that one. I'm hoping that's gonna look cool when it gets inked. So these are my distressed negative dice. Well, originally they were going to be negative dice. So I was like, most people when they go to the store and they buy a set of dice, they're white dice with black pips. So I was going to make black dice with white pips. But then I had kind of these distressed dice because I left them in alcohol for too long. And it dissolved the acrylic coating. So I was like, oh, that would be cool to make a mold out of. So I did. I molded those in black, and then I was like, oh, I've got orange powder that I can mix into paint and paint the pips orange. I know it's not Halloween anymore, but so who cares? So I'm probably gonna work on finishing those up because they need to get the flashing at the edges where the two pieces of the mold met. I sanded off, so I need to get those polished up, and then inked, and then they're ready to go. So those are gonna be my 100 followers on Twitter giveaway. Which Twitter's wild, y'all. If you haven't been following, where are you? Like, who are you? It's funny. I made a comment the other day. I was like, because Twitter is big for artists of all kinds, comic book writers, traditional media artists, digital artists, dice makers, role-playing game writers, all sorts of folks who make stuff, but are huge multinational corporations that just have an assembly line that churns their crap out in China. Huge for those folks. And this past week and a half, I don't know how long it's been, it kind of blends together, but basically since Apartheid Clyde, it's my favorite nickname for that asshole. Excuse me, I think that's the first time I've sworn on this channel. So that guy, that jackwagon, bought Twitter and basically ran off a bunch of advertisers, started to implement a plan where apparently anyone could just get verified as long as they had $20, $8, handy in the parking lot. I don't know. And then people started impersonating like other famous people and then like corporations. Boy, howdy, let me tell you, corporations do not like it when they get made fun of. Now the FTC is involved, the Federal Trade Commission, which, oh man, if you know anything about American history, basically, if you mess with rich people's money, that's the only thing they care about. And they will go after you to the full extent of the law, and sometimes above the law, to get their money back. Google the Pinkertons and read the history if you're not familiar with it. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, so the Federal Trade Commission is involved investigating Twitter now. I believe they're supposed to pull logs today, actually. And so it's just a complete S show, right? A royal CF. And so, understandably so, small independent artists, who basically depend on Twitter for their livelihoods, are a little freaked out right now. So I was as I was scrolling through my feed, mostly I follow artists, and mostly that's what I get shown due to the algorithm. Excuse me. A little bit of sinuses. I apologize. That's gross. So I mostly see artists, and so my feed is just full of, people like, oh my god, give me your socials just in case you go somewhere, and here's my socials, and holy crap, how am I gonna, pay rent? And then every once in a while, not because I follow them, but because the algorithm is like, hey, let's push these posts because these people are popular, I get a completely out of touch influencer show up in my feed, go, I don't understand what's going on. People are always talking about like they're gonna leave Twitter, and I don't get it. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I had to take a little break there. I don't remember what I was talking about, but basically that's a week in review. The week ahead, what am I gonna do? I think I'll probably finish up these these bad boys. Finish up my lemon drop dice. And you know what? I printed this thing that is pretty cool. Let me show you a couple. Look at these. Let's see. So they're not bullets. They're dragon teeth. These are the two D10s. Yeah, supposed to be dragon teeth. It's pretty cool. There's like a jawbone too that they all sit in. So I think I might, at least for the dice to start, I might work on setting up a mold for those so I can pour some of my own. That'll be fun. So that's a week in review. So I think that's it for me today. Supposed to have a question. I don't really have a question. I don't know what to ask. It's cold. It's cold though. It's probably cold where you are. But at least it's clear for now. I don't think there's rain in the forecast for a couple of days, maybe. Or there's rain in the forecast today. You know, whatever. After today, there's no rain in the forecast for like a whole week. So that's cool. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace.